Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the pictures shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. At the start of the episode, we see that the bodyguard thinks that when I first heard the plan, I felt how useless it is, and this plan will never work. But as time passed, I understood that the plan will work very well, and I feel that there is only one villain left for us to defeat, and then the victory will be on our side. But we see that then Kim comes and says, "Park Jung-ung," and we see he says that your work here is done, and take all the hostages and leave immediately from here. And we see the bodyguard says to stop, but what are you talking about? I thought we both will defeat it together. So we see Kim says no, because this one that is here is an S rank like me, and from this time, I will not be able to protect anyone, so you will have to leave from here now. And we see that Narendra and his minions have already come to attack Kim Tom, and they shout at Kim, and we see Kim Tae says, "Yes, what did you call me?" And we see he is also ready to fight, and we see the bodyguard hesitates for some time, stays here for some time, but understands what he has to do and tells all the people to quickly leave from this path. We have to leave from here quickly, and we see watching those people leaving. Kim says, "Wow, at least one problem is solved here, and now only one problem is left here." And we see suddenly Narendra attacks that Kim, and Kim very quickly takes them out with his skills, and with the help of his chain skills, lifts many stones and throws them at Narendra. But we see Narendra easily avoids those attacks, and he says, "You fool, what did you say that you are an S-rank player like me?" And we see he uses a technique of his, due to which the fire that was there takes a very special form. And we see Narendra says, "You child, what do you think? You are a weak person." And we see the fire that was his takes the form of a dragon, and he says, "What do you think? A weak child like you can stop me here?" And the dragon form gets complete, and with that form, Narendra attacks Kim, and Kim tries to stop him with the help of his blade. But we see a very dangerous explosion there, and we see Narendra call all the monsters and says it doesn't matter how many monsters you kill today, and it doesn't matter how many people you save, because you can never win against me. You can never win in front of me. And we see he has called many monsters, and they say, "And whatever work you will do from now on is meaningless. And you can never win in front of me, Kim." And we see that Narendra says to Kim that, "You are like a person who does not believe in gods, and therefore as a god, I will give you the punishment of your crime, and your crime's punishment will be your death." Narendra is laughing, and the monsters rushing to attack Kim. And as they are about to attack him, Kim says, "Wow, what nonsense, you have started talking too much these days." And he says, "Narendra, but you are wrong here, because this time you yourself will die." And hearing this, Narendra angered. And we see that finally, after so much time, we can see that Kim has used his predation skill, and the predation skill takes a special form. And we see he destroys all the monsters there. And we see that whatever the monsters, everything gets destroyed, just leaving their skeleton. The predation skill swallows everything. And as he is about to attack Narendra, he, with fear in his body, says, "What is this?" And they think that this child, was he hiding this power this whole time? His strength had hidden. But we see he starts laughing, and while laughing, Narendra says, "I accept that, Kim Tae-hyun. You are very powerful, and therefore I acknowledge that, Kim, you will be my highest quality sacrifice, but you are not the only one who has hidden his strength." And we see that Kim gets surprised. And then we see many people screaming. And we see that Narendra's minions are screaming in pain that their body was burning. And we see then their vomiting of blood starts. And we suddenly see those people mixing in the dust and soil. And we see Kim gets horrified. And with seeing this, says what is happening. Narendra, while makes the monsters. Narendra says that in the end, all the sacrifices that were offered, and we see a wave of blood coming out of his back, and a monster starts forming from it. And he says, "My gods, accept my sacrifice and give me the most powerful monster." And they say, "Bring forth thy divine punishment upon the Paganas." Seeing the sacrifice of that thing, Kim is completely scared. Because this time not just any monster, a complete dragon, a dragon made from a bone has appeared here. And we see the dragon that appears, gives a roar, and this is the S-rank Bond dragon. And we see that the East Point is very peaceful there. And there is a place where bodyguard is in front of some people, and he says, "How are so many terrorists left here?" And we see there are also some terrorists who are on the lower floor, and they say, "What do you mean by this?" And we see the guy behind him says, "Sir, how did this guy run down from above with so many people?" And we see his boss says what to know because we just have to kill these people. But we see then smoke starts coming out of their bodies. But we suddenly see those people start shouting very loudly, and blood starts coming out of their mouths. And seeing this, those people say, "What is happening to my body and who is doing this?" And we see the bodyguard gets surprised and thinks with himself that what is happening. Then we see the building is vibrating a lot, and the bodyguard says, "What on earth? What on earth is happening?" Kim is in front of the bone dragon and is falling very quickly towards the ground. And we see that it is the dragon that is beating Kim very badly, and Kim is coming towards the ground very quickly. And then we see Narendra says with a laugh to Kim, "You know the species of this dragon is considered the most strongest, and therefore this dragon is the most powerful." And we see Kim says, "You scoundrel," and we see with the help of his chain skill, he makes a grip on a wall above him, and using his chain skill, he goes inside that wall, and very quickly slips down and comes to the ground and takes a deep breath and thinks, "Where did that monster come from?" And we see then Kim's eyes gets widen, seeing something, because in front of him is the bone dragon. And we see then the bone dragon attacks Kim very quickly, and again the bone dragon, it takes Kim out and throws him very quickly on the other side of the wall. And we see again that dragon puts Kim on the other side of the wall, and we see that this time Kim's condition is very bad, and Narendra says, "Die, Kim Tae-hyun." But we see Kim uses his predation skill again and says, "This damn meatless skeleton." And we see how he uses the predation skill, but it doesn't work on the bone dragon in any way. And we see then the bone dragon creates a special green fire inside its mouth. And Kim, by seeing that power, he gets shocked here. And we see just an explosion happens there. After that explosion, we see green fire coming out everywhere. And we see that Narendra standing on the bone dragon. And he says, "This is shocking. I didn't expect you to make it out alive after facing that attack." And we see Kim, using his predation skill and his chain skill, survives. And Kim is still alive, hanging from the building, having survived that dragon's attack. And with this chapter ends. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.